So now I'm going to paddle this bottle that I threw earlier. You can see that the bottle is pretty stiff. Any clay that you use is going to be stiff enough so that it holds its form really well. But as soon as I start handling this a little bit, it'll get soft. Just like when you whack a bag of clay on the ground to get it soft before you throw with it. I'm just kind of pre-softening this part of the pot that's the driest. The bottom is still pretty wet. Now I left the bottom in this pot, but I'm going to cut it out. Some of the pieces that I throw, I will leave the bottom in, and some I cut out. It just depends on the shape of the bottle. So I'm going to use my knife tool, and I don't need to be really precise about this. I'm just going to get pretty close. And I like this tool for cutting holes out because I can turn it slightly as I'm going around the pot. So there we go. Now I'll go back to softening this edge up a little bit. And then I'll get ready to use my paddles. I have a couple different size paddles, and I use them for different size pieces. It's nice and loud. So when I'm paddling, I'm not really hitting straight down into the surface of the clay. The paddle rotates slightly. And what that does is it stretches the clay. If I keep hitting this towards this edge, it will eventually form a really sharp edge right here and could even wrinkle. So if I don't want that wrinkle to form, I need to make sure that that edge stays soft enough that it won't happen. At this point too, I'm using the paddle kind of like with those rotations. It's almost like a brush where I'm pulling, it's slapping and sticking and pulling the clay in the direction I want it to pull. So once I flatten off one side, I'll start to work on the other side. I don't want to do like completely finish on one side. The thing that amazed me from the first time I tried this was what a nice curve I can get with a paddle. It really doesn't look like it should work, but it does. I don't want to get it too narrow at the bottom because then it'll really be tipsy. And I have to decide whether or not this bell shape should come in a little bit at the ends or not. Do a tiny curve inward. So I kind of like the way this shape looks right now. If I was making a lot of these in a series, I could take these and wrap them up under plastic and put a whole bunch of them there before I go ahead and put the slip on. But today I'm just going to go ahead right now and put the slip on right away. But they'll stay under plastic for quite a few days before I have to put the slip on. And then I'll even out that coat before I go put on my textures.